Hello everybody, once again welcome back to the Practical Tips channel. This is Matt, and what we're going to do today is review the basic maintenance checks on your car. These are going to be things you need to check on a regular basis just to make sure that your car is performing and in good shape, and also check for maintenance that you may need to have done on your car. We're using my car today as a example. This is a 2019 Hyundai Elantra SE, and so your car may have things located in different places, but you will still be able to recognize, in most cases, the things that you do need to check. So we're going to start here with just some of the basics. The first one, which is really important, of course, is right here. This is your engine oil. There are a number of things that you'll note under the hood that are color-coded, and engine oil is color-coded yellow. If you were to see something for the transmission, some cars have a transmission dipstick. This car does not, but some do. That usually would be color-coded red. Some other things have other color codes. You'll notice over here the washer fluid is color-coded with this blue lid. So you'll see that a lot of times under the hood there. Now on the engine oil, what we want to do is we want to check and make sure for two critical things. Number one, we want to make sure that it has the amount of oil it's supposed to have, and you also want to make sure that it has the quantity that it's supposed to have. And so you'll see here when we look at this dipstick. Now note that there's a couple of marks here. All right. Now this actually has the L and F marks on here on this particular dipstick. But if those weren't there, all right, the top one is going to be your full mark. Okay. So normally the range between these two marks that you can see right here, the L and the F, that range is 1 quart of oil. This car takes about 4 quarts. So if this was down to the L, you know that the car's down 1 quart of oil, which in this case is 25% of the oil. So that's not good. You want to fix that and refill the oil that much and bring it up to the level it's supposed to be. Now, the other thing about this is that you want to notice really quick here is that the oil on this is clear, okay? You see it's the usual kind of clear gold color that new motor oil is, okay? Old engine oil that needs to be changed is going to be nasty black color, and it's going to be kind of thick. So that is not what we have here. So this engine oil is actually in very good shape. And we can go ahead and put this right back in. And of course, always nice to align that so that you can read those letters on there. It says engine oil. Note over here also we have the type of engine oil is going to be on the fill cap. So this fill cap is where you will put in new engine oil should you need to add it, or if you change your oil yourself. Then moving over here to our windshield washer fluid, we just pop this open. We can see there's actually liquid in there, so that looks okay. And we come over here to our coolant, which is going to be probably our second most important thing here, because this is keeping the engine cool in its proper operating temperature. Now, note, this car is completely cold. This car has not been run. It's in the morning hours right now, and the car has not been started today, so the engine is cold. This is cool. You never want to open this cap when the engine is hot. That's a good way to get sprayed with really hot coolant and get burned, okay? You don't want to do that. So what you do want to do is just only check this when it's cold, okay? So now we can pop this open and have a look in here. And as you can see, you can't really see much for fluid, but if we go over here to the back side of this coolant bottle, you'll see down here, if you look real close, there's a mark down there. There's an F, and way further down there, there's an L. F is always full, and L is low. Okay, so this is slightly above the full mark, so it's in good shape. All right, now we come over here. We have our brake fluid. This is fairly straightforward to check. You can see here it's a translucent container, so light comes through, and you can see it's marked there at the very top. There's a max. It says max on it, and there's a line above it, and that's the fill line. You don't want any more fluid in there than that, but you'd like to keep it close to that. This is, of course, the fill cap. Now, I want to point out, when you use brake fluid, if you're going to add a little brake fluid to the container, that's fine. Be very careful how you handle brake fluid. Brake fluid is bad for automotive paint. It will remove the paint off the car. Okay? Don't spill brake fluid on the car's paint. If you do, wipe it up as best you can and flush it with clean water right away, and then dry it up and just watch that spot. Be very careful. So preferably just don't do that. Now, coming over here, you'll see we have what is the oil filter box. And this doesn't need to be checked quite as often. All right, what you want to do is occasionally, maybe every couple months, you can pop this open. This one is kind of nice because it just has two little spring-loaded clips, one here and one here. Some of these are actually closed with screws. I had one car that had screws that kept it shut, so you'll have to have the right tool for that. Sometimes they use a standard screw, sometimes it's a Torx, which is the little six-pointed star type. But you do want to check this probably every few months and just see how it's looking. If the filter is really dirty, then you probably want to change that. Now, how would you know really dirty? Well, the old rule of thumb that I learned from a mechanic years ago is that if you take that air filter element out of here, if you take it out and you shine a flashlight through the back side of it and you look at it, if only about 50% of the light comes through, it's time to change the filter. And that's a fairly reasonable rule of thumb. Generally, you can tell, though, if there's a lot of buildup of dirt and dust and you're seeing leaves and everything, then you know, okay, it's time to change that. So, engine oil, you probably want to check that once every few weeks. If you don't have any current problems with the car, windshield washer fluid should be checked seasonally, depending on when the rainy season is where you live. Check it maybe a couple of weeks before you know that rainy season is supposed to start and make sure you have enough fluid in there. Be advised that sometimes these washer fluid containers are quite large. They can hold up to maybe a gallon or so sometimes. So depending where you live, if you know you have a lot of rain and snow during the winter, you want to make sure you get this thing all the way full and keep it full for the season that you're going to face. Coolant, of course, we want to check this probably once every few months, especially during the summer season in particular. If you know that you don't really have any problem with that, this car is relatively low mileage, then you probably don't have too much to worry about, especially if you don't have any known leaks or you haven't had any past problems with the coolant system or radiator or thermostat, anything like that. The battery, of course, over here is one of the very new, basically maintenance-free types. This battery is completely sealed. All you can basically do with it is change it. One thing you can do, of course, is check your battery terminals here. Pull one of these caps off real quick, and you can see here that what you can do is you can check this terminal, see if there's any corrosion or anything on here. As you can see here, there's no corrosion. So this battery terminal is nice, clean shape, but you do want to keep them looking nice and clean. If you start seeing white buildup on here, that's not good. You want to get your little an old used toothbrush maybe and some clean water and clean that off and then wipe it off with a disposable rag. So, but otherwise, this battery is quite good shape. I just bought this car. I've had it about a month, so everything on here is in pretty new and pretty good shape, even though this was a late model used car. So, and finally, of course, one of the last thing you do want to check, of course, is your tire pressure. This is a fairly standard linear type tire pressure gauge. You want to check these. You don't have to have a digital one to have one that's accurate. If you're comfortable with the digital, fine, but one like this can be quite accurate. And of course, if you have a good tire pressure monitoring system on your car, then you can easily check this against what the TPMS says. But it's definitely something handy, and these things are available for $1 at Walmart or maybe one of your auto parts stores. So handy thing to make sure your tires stay properly inflated. Note that poorly inflated tires will not only wear in irregular patterns, but they will also reduce your gas mileage by as much as 5%. So if you're trying to save on gas, keep your tires inflated. And you also, of course, want to keep those tires in good condition so they last you as long as they can. I've had tires for standard car, you know, we replace one tire, it's $200. So something to think about if you're being economical with your car. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next video.